Philip Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access TV, inviting you to another edition of What's Up Missoula. Today we're going to visit with Ryan Yearous, who is a member of the Missoula Parks and Rec. He's got a really interesting title, and I think you'd be interested to meet him. We're going to talk about programs that Missoula Parks and Rec are offering for the fall. Ryan, thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You've got a handle that's kind of inspiring for people to get out and do stuff. And what is it?
Absolutely. Well, I'm the Sports and Wellness Recreation Specialist with Missoula Parks and Recreation. And our department offers so much in the way of adult sport leagues, open play times, youth sport leagues. In the summertime, we do youth day camps. And our Parks and Recreation in general, we offer a lot of aquatics programs, outdoor programs, and fun special events. Right,
and I thought of having you as a guest on the show because the seasons are changing. So
absolutely.
I thought, you know, people watching out there, you know, I know for myself, and in the warmer weather, I do a lot of walking and jogging around and biking around town.
Right.
And then typically I think, oh, you know, like today it's warm, but it's kind of rainy, though the sun was kind of coming out. But just around this time of year, people start changing up their activities, and I wanted them to make sure they know there are a lot of possibilities from Missoula Parks and Rec of stuff they could do.
Absolutely. And for starters, you know, our indoor aquatics facility, Currents Aquatic Center in McCormick Park, is an excellent option. We will also be running a lot of indoor programs at the City Life Community Center gym this year. We'll be doing some adult fitness classes, some volleyball, basketball, indoor soccer, open play, some volleyball leagues, and also a brand new sport in town, our new pickleball.
Yeah, you'd mentioned that to me, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, but it's hard to forget.
Right.
Pickleball. You want to explain to people what's involved when they play pickleball?
Sure, absolutely. So you can think of it as kind of a mini tennis or an expanded ping pong. It's played on a shorter court. Yeah. It's typically played doubles. And you play with a plastic wiffle ball and then either a wood or a composite paddle. And it's the fun part about it is you can get into the game really quick. It's pretty easy to pick up at first. Of course, the games do get speedier the better you get, and really improves hand-eye coordination. You're not running all the way across the tennis court, you know, as you would in tennis.
Right.
So it's maybe you could say a little more relaxed than that, but
well, yeah, it sounds like it's got a kind of comic, you know, it's not going to take itself too seriously when you're playing pickleball, I don't know.
Yeah.
But does a wiffle ball really bounce?
It does pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it bounces on the tennis courts pretty well, and then indoors in the gyms.
So it sounds like a really good activity for people who think tennis is too strident for me, like, oh, I just can't see running around that hard. Or tennis may be, you know, just a way to approach a game of tennis is try the pickleball game.
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a good way to get into racket sports in general.
Oh, yeah.
So,
because it's got some elements to it that sound like, as you mentioned, tennis, ping pong, and then there's always badminton, which I haven't seen in a long time.
No.
You know, people playing badminton.
No, but...
so if they want to use that facility, which is being rented from City Life Center, 1515 Fairview Avenue.
Correct.
And we made our little map, and we're telling people if they know where the fairgrounds is, at the old Malfunction Junction, I guess we can't call it that anymore, that it's just west of like where the Missoula Maulers ice hockey is.
Absolutely, yeah. Fairview runs east-west, and it's sandwiched in between Brooks and Russell.
Right.
And just west of that western entrance of the Missoula County Fairgrounds.
Exactly. And then if people are confused, you know, by anything we're talking about today, we could always tell them, like, you can call a Parks Department, 721 Parks. They can visit the website, missoulaparks.org, which will take them to a component of the city website, but that seems so much easier to remember.
It is, absolutely.
And the activities that are going on, is there time to register for fall activities? I forgot to ask you, like, the timeline.
Yeah, there is for some things. For instance, the pickleball, open play and league coming up. You can register for that very soon here. And we have already started a lot of our fall sports. We do like flag football, indoor soccer, just wrapping up softball and outdoor soccer.
Yeah.
But coming up in the winter, we do another volleyball league, another indoor soccer league, and registration for that is typically due beginning of January.
Okay.
So any of the open play times, you can just come and drop in whenever it's available.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah.
And then, so we were going to show you guys the website just so you knew, and then Ryan's going to point out a few things like to guide you around the website. So you guys feel free to show them that website. And Ryan, you can get closer if you want to
Sure.
to show them. But anyway, you've got the comm.
Right. So this is the MissoulaParks.org. It has some general information about Parks and Rec. One handy icon here is our Fall 2012 Recreation Guide. And as soon as we have our winter guide available, it will be posted there.
Great.
Also on the left-hand side, for those of you wanting to use the Currents Aquatics Center, you would click on this aquatics link, and it takes you to all the open times, information about our aquasize fitness classes, some coached lap swim, swim team, and swim academy information.
Right, and I can attest because I go, so my experience of it, you know, I haven't taken any of the classes, but I really enjoy going, doing the open lap swim,
Right.
and there's this huge hot tub there.
Absolutely.
And it shares the space, and I think pretty nicely, with parents bringing small kids to the open pool there. That pool is fun. It has like sprinkler devices that are like fanciful. Like I think there's a big bear or mountain lion in the center, and they've recently put in sound absorbing material, so it's not as loud as it was before. But it's a great opportunity to see a lot of friends and neighbors and people of all ages too, because there's little kids in there who are with guardians and parents or what have you being introduced to water for the first time. There's people that are really good at swimming, there are people aquasizing, etc. And there is a fee, but it's very reasonable.
Correct.
You know, you could buy swims like a single one or a group for a discount, or I think if you're over 55, you can get an entire year for a certain amount of money. That's not very much.
Right.
Comparatively.
Absolutely. Yep.
But I stopped you, so feel free to go back.
You're fine. The other thing you can do is, if you're a resident of the city of Missoula, you can bring in, say, a energy bill, and apply for a resident discount card.
Yeah, I have that.
Right, and it's very affordable to get right off the bat. It's $2, and then you renew it each year for $1, and you generally get about 20% off many, not all, but many of Parks and Recreation programs.
Definitely worth doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I took a good picture, so
nice.
I'm going to keep that.
Excellent.
But I interrupted you showing people more from the website.
Right, so the other part on the website where there will be a lot of information on that left-hand side is by clicking on Recreation. It's towards the bottom here. And there you'll go to information regarding adult sports, youth sports. You can see the different categories listed there, tennis programs, outdoor programs. Really, there's a lot of information under that recreation tab
because,
there.
I mean, one of the missions of the Park and Rec, right, is to offer people a lot of opportunity. So it's not a kind of a cookie-cutter approach to the human desire to play, to move, to engage in various sports, but you guys are trying to cover a wide range of interests.
Absolutely, offering all sorts of recreation opportunities for, you know, not only in our natural environment, but also our built environment, and really trying to find different activities for all ages, all abilities.
Right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that Parks and Rec is focusing on 4th and 5th graders, and I can't remember the name of the program. Move.
Yeah, it's called Let's Move.
Let's Move, right.
Russell After School. It's a pilot program that we're running sort of under the umbrella of the Let's Move Missoula group, and it is a program currently being started at Russell Elementary School, getting 4th and 5th graders active after school during hours when they might just go home and sit and watch TV. They're out with us, playing, having fun, and staying active.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea, because Mary McCourt from the health department, no stranger to our show, she just came, you know, talking about a conference Missoula was having on childhood obesity, because it's becoming such you know, an issue, and what people have been looking at. And she's told me this before, like with Unplug and Play Week,
Right.
that scientists, physiologists, whatever, child development specialists, they really don't know what the impact of this fantastic change in technology, you know, over the last, say, 20 years is going to be, where we went from, you know, phones being, mobile phones being incredibly exotic items that you see in the movies, like this giant thing or whatever, to like screens being everywhere where you can't like take, you know, you see family pictures and everybody's looking down.
Right.
So that Parks and Rec is getting on board too, saying, we need to look after, we need like to start investigating how we can get kids interested in play and moving before screens and the kind of lying around that screens invite take a big hold.
Right. There's also a big movement going on within our field to really integrate those two. Obviously, we don't want kids just sitting and watching their screens or playing their games, but you know, we're finding new ways to use the technology to get people out and active in their community. One thing that the city of Missoula and Parks and Recreation has done is we've created an interactive map. We updated a trails and parks map a couple of years ago, and if you look online on that website, you can find an interactive online map and look up how close a park is to you, what features are at that park, trails that are nearby, facilities that are nearby where you can go and recreate. So that's just one way we're using technology to get people active.
Right, right. Oh, that's really great. I wanted to mention again to people that, you know, we're talking about a wide range of subjects, and one way you can sort of ground your interest is to call Parks and Rec at 721-PARKS or go to that website, missoulaparks.org. Well, Ryan, is there something else that we should mention that we haven't?
The only other thing is our Fall Family Fest coming up this Saturday, October 20th. It'll be held at McCormick Park, where Currents Aquatic Center is, and it'll be outdoors from 1 to 4 p.m. It's fun for the whole family, and it is free. There's a $1 suggested donation, and all the money, all the proceeds from the day go to benefit our Recreation Scholarship Fund.
Excellent. Well, Ryan, thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks, Joel, for having me.
You're most welcome. And thank you guys for watching this installment of What's Up Missoula. If you know of a group you'd like to see on this program, give us a call at MCAT. The number is 542-6228. For MCAT, I'm Joel Baird. Thanks for watching.